Hi, welcome to another episode of Don't Be Afraid podcast. This is Tolu Onilere. Those of you who are watching on video, I've been positioned in a way that the angle of my stomach is looking bigger than normal, honestly. I think I pissed off the director to start with. So those of you who are not, but you're listening in, this is part of our series on speaking to content creators and influencers and just getting more insight on their journey. This is the fourth. If you missed the other previous three, please check on our page. All protocols observed. Let me jump straight into it and welcome my guest today. If you are listening to this audio, please pause and go and check the video. You have to check this lady out because she's looking extremely glamorous. And just because she was coming here for us, although no, honestly, so I feel really underdressed. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Jenni Frank.
Thank you.
Guys, in the house, where's the applause?
You guys should clap. You don't
Thank
clap
exactly
for me.
now. Do that again. No, sorry. Do that again. Sorry, please. Ladies and gentlemen, thrilled to welcome on this podcast, the one, the only, Miss Jenni Frank.
Okay.
That's better. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you ever so much for coming and thank you for dressing up. What would you call it? As I said, I want to talk about content creation and stuff, but please forgive me. I'm not going to start with that. Okay. Well, I told you this. I warned you this before. So this isn't going to become a surprise. I want to ask about your nails. This is a real guy question. All right, for a long time I've been wondering this thing, and yes, I should have asked my girlfriend, I suppose, but just thought I'd ask you since I see how glamorous your nails are. How do you choose what to do with your nails? How do you choose the shape and the color? Is there logic to it?
Okay, for every lady, I feel like you should know the shape that fits your fingers. Okay. For me, I always go for this shape, and I will always go for nude colors, simple colors that can fit any of my outfits. Okay,
alrighty. Okay, all right.
For me, I don't know for other ladies. I'm speaking for myself at this point.
Okay, what colors work for you? I mean, you said nude colors. You don't go for reds or anything like that? Because I hear red is a real, but I suppose, is red a nails thing or a lipstick thing?
Both.
Okay.
Depending on the person's personality, actually.
Okay, alrighty. Which leads me on to it, because, she's also talked about her toes. So the cameraman, he needs to zoom on the cane. He has to now. He has to. She's proud of her toes.
No.
She's proud of her toes. But you said it also reflects personality. Mm-hmm. So what's your personality? How do you describe yourself?
Simple.
Okay.
Classy. Okay. Yeah. I feel like for you to be able to wear red lipstick, you have to be very, very bold. And then it comes once in a while for me. Okay. Sometimes I feel like being extra. Okay. I feel like when I walk here, I want you to notice me. Okay, alrighty. But
isn't that, because being in front of the camera, people would assume that, do you consider yourself an actress or?
I am.
Okay. As an actress, the desire to be in front of the camera signifies a certain type of personality, somebody who's extrovert.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Some people think that, since you're always in front of the camera, you're an actress, you're a content creator, then you're definitely an extrovert. But I am in between. Sometimes I love being in just my own space. I don't like being out there. And then sometimes you see me all out there doing my thing.
Alrighty. So, I've already talked about the nails. So let me come back to what. So what made you, and I'm sorry, because I'm trying to avoid all the questions you've been asked many times, because I've already done some research and I've seen the interviews from 2021. It's like that sort of stuff. So, but yes, you started this back during lockdown.
Yes.
That's correct.
Before lockdown though, but it blew up during lockdown.
Okay. How long before lockdown?
Let's say 2 years before lockdown. I can remember I started in uni.
Okay.
In my between 100 to 200 level as of then. And then I started not because I had the mindset of being a content creator. I've always wanted to be an actress, a model. I've always loved being in front of the camera for some reason. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I love being in front of the camera. Okay. So I would always pick up my phone, record myself doing some crazy things. And funny how even started when I was small, because then I'll get my mother's clothes, I'll put it in my tummy, I'll act like a pregnant woman, I'll beg my brothers to come and join me. So all those things, they were like build-ups for me. Mm-hmm. And then in uni, I took it serious. I started recording, I started modeling for photographers in my uni then. I even walked the runway back then. So So entertainment, I just feel like entertainment is just something I love doing. I don't know, it just comes naturally. Do you understand?
Okay.
So, and it started, and during lockdown, I think even before I graduated from uni, I already had like over 200k followers on another social media platform, but I still wasn't getting the recognition as of then. I was still struggling.
The guys who listen to this and who know me know that as you talk, my mind is going boom, 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 boom. I've got like 5 or 6 different questions already. I've got, which uni did you go to? What did you study? 200,000 followers and you weren't getting recognition. What do you mean by that? So, let's start with, 200,000, you didn't feel 1,000 followers. You didn't feel you were getting recognition. What do you mean? Do you mean you were not making the money or that people didn't know you?
It just felt like I wasn't doing something right. And at that point, I couldn't tell what it was. But I knew, because I don't know how to explain it. When you put out a content and people really engage on that content, you can tell that people really, really love that content. And then sometimes it might not be your fault because sometimes they don't really push out the content. But as of then, I had like over 200,000 followers and I was still not getting proper engagements on my platforms. And
you can say them. You can say it. Please feel free. Unless you don't want
to. And mind you, this is just one platform, one social media platform. Right. The other platforms, they were not even doing well as of then, right? And then in my school, it felt like I was just playing.
Okay. Did they know you in your school?
Yes.
Because of that. Okay. Recognition comes in 2018. Oh no. 2020. After 2 years and stuff. How much content were you putting out to get to 200,000? How often were you putting out content then?
As of then, I could put out like 6 contents in a day.
You're kidding.
Honestly, I don't know how, but I could put out like 6 contents in a day. I could record and put out 6. Sometimes I would even record more than 12 in a day, post 6 today, keep the remaining 6 for the next day. Sorry,
again, okay. I'm going to come back to university and study.
Yeah.
But there's a real thing that I'm not a creative person. And I said it, anyone who listened to, I had Brother Shaggy, we had Brother Shaggy on, and I was saying it to him. My respect for creative people is, it's just immense. That ability to conceptualize and just out of nowhere come up with something. But that kind of volume of content, that's a lot of, is that pressure or did you feel it was pressure or was just, this was bubbling inside you?
Honestly, for me, as of then, I was just having fun. And they were like short content, like 15, 30 seconds content. So it was easy for me to just navigate through 6 contents in a day, right? And then I was just having fun then, no pressure from anybody, from social media. I was just being very particular about the kind of content because of the uni I was in as of then.
Okay, at which point I should now ask you, which uni were you in?
I went to Covenant University.
Okay, already.
Yeah.
Okay, which, if I'm right, is it? Please forgive me if I'm getting this wrong. I'm not. What do you call it? Anybody? It's the one. Is that the one where you don't eat meat? Or?
No, I think that's Babcock.
Okay, I didn't go to university in Nigeria.
Oh.
But is that the one where you still wear uniform? Where there's but you're in uni.
Oh my God. Okay, people have the perspective that private universities we all wear uniform. No, we don't. But we have departmental wears. If you're in this department. In Covenant University, you just have to wear corporate always. You have to be dressed corporately. Okay, alrighty. Okay, because that was the thing. When I went to my university, it was the first time I actually called somebody who was older than me by name. And you walked in and they said, my name is Bob. It's like, man, my parents will kill me if I call you Bobo. But it was just, that was it. Yeah. And then, but it's really corporate and everything. Okay, so you went to Covenant, you're putting it out, and because of that, there was a certain style. How would you describe it then? Has your style changed from then to now? Okay, being in Covenant University, we don't listen to secular music. Okay. We don't play secular music, so it was kind of limiting me from creating content as of then, because honestly in Covenant, any little thing, expulsion. Jeez. And the school fees is not a joke. Yep. For me to just so true. I was really conscious about that, but immediately I graduated, I went all in. Okay, alrighty. But what did you study? I studied industrial relation and human resource management. How does that relate? Yeah. No, because I studied law and I knew that, it was one of those where my, parents wanted me to study law. They're paying the fees, and I did it. And I knew I would never practice. I just knew that, look, it satisfies them. I ended up doing advertising, not by choice, but just that's how I ended up. Okay. So I can get that. And it wasn't even what I wanted to do. I loved movies. I absolutely loved movies. And I didn't want to act.
I wanted to go to film school to learn how to direct. My plan was to go and do that, but somehow I ended up in advertising. So tell me how industrial relations and human resource management ends up in content creation.
It didn't end up in content creating. She has a stance on its own, though. I mean, industrial relation and human resource management is basically about managing people in an organization. It's basically relating to business.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's still life outside social media. I always tell people that.
Okay. Which again, so, I mean, leads me to another thing, which is people assume that as a content creator, you're by yourself.
What do you mean?
I've said this on many, many times. So people who have heard this before will be bored. Yeah. But I remember hearing something about Tom Cruise, which was that, it's not just Tom Cruise. He's a product. Yeah. Which means that the day he does not, the day he's ill, or the day he does not produce or does not act, there is even his cleaner, there is his manager, there is the photographer, there is the assistant, it is a team. Yeah. So do you have a team?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I have a full management, my manager, my PA, my photographer, my videographer. So whenever I need to put out content, yeah. But with script writing, I feel like I always do that myself.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I always do that myself. It just comes to me, then I'll put it down. Okay.
So no, because I think I get that, because I think that then keeps it authentic to who you are. Yeah. It makes it real. So whenever it's coming out, I know we're having this conversation, and I'll come back to it about who you choose to work with on a brand point of view. But we'll come to that later on. So you're sitting at home. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out the journey. You're sitting at home, it's lockdown. Have you graduated by this point, or this was just lockdown and so you had to be at home?
No, I think during lockdown, people couldn't graduate. I think people didn't even go to school, So as of then, we were even studying from home. Okay. Yeah, through our laptop and the rest. So as of then, during the lockdown, funny how creating content, even while I was in university, I was seeing that as a way to ease stress.
Okay. Did you make money from that at that time?
As of then, no. I was just having fun, honestly, because even as of then, whenever people are reading for exams and I'm tired of reading, I'll pick up my phone, I'll start recording videos. So it was just a way for me to ease stress as of then. So during the lockdown, I mean, we all got bored. Everybody was on social media, and then I kept doing what I was used to doing already. Okay, but your content is comedy. No. What is a mixture of everything?
Okay.
My content is a mixture. I dance, I act, I model. Literally a mixture of everything. Okay, because the guys, before you were coming in, they said your title is the slow motion queen. That was back then, please. That was back then.
I think, but which again is the challenge of, how can you evolve? How do you evolve it? You sort of said you're a model. You are a content creator. You're obviously a businesswoman. Yeah. So you're all of those things. But again, people do tend to pigeonhole you, because that's what they're used to.
They're used to,
yeah. Okay. So how did you know? Because I'm jumping around and everything. I said my questions are just coming to head. So please forgive me as I jump around.
It's fine.
How did you know that you'd blown up?
That day, I was shocked. Because that day, I was going for a friend's wedding.
Yeah, no, and I'm going to, because I know you've said this, so I don't want to, because I'm going to interrupt you on this, because I know you said it. You were at a wedding, and you did a video, and it's a great video, and you look lovely, but that was a lot of, but I'm saying, how did you know that you had now, because people people get likes, I mean, 200,000 people, you already had 200,000. Yeah. So what was different from that point, What
was different was when brands, they're reaching out to me to work with me. And these brands are not just normal brands that even growing up, I watch their adverts on TV. Okay. I'm like, how? Okay. Why me? Out of everybody, why Jenni Frank? So I'm like, okay. And then they kept coming. I'm like, okay, Jennifer, this is business. The Igbo girl in you should come out.
And what was the first thing the Igbo girl did?
Obviously, ask for payment.
Okay.
Yeah. But aside from the payments, I mean, it was a huge honor working with them. I mean, yes, definitely. But then money is important. I would always, even as of now, I would tell people. I know people always tell you passion. Yes, go after your passion, but at the same time, we're in 2023, monetize it.
Absolutely. Someone once said, and I was thinking about it earlier today, that if you're doing the thing you love, you'll never work for it. You never work a day. but you still have bills to pay.
Exactly.
And that is it. Is the fact
True.
that, listen, look, so I absolutely get that. Get that. So your post goes viral. You get a lot of hits. You get brands coming to get brands coming to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you choose your brands? How do you choose who you work with?
Whenever brands reach out to me, definitely I would even want to try your product to be sure if your product is good. I can remember a particular skincare brand reached out to me. I'm not going to mention the name of the skincare brand, but reached out to me to be a brand ambassador to a skincare brand. And that skincare brand, before they reached out to me, my sister already used that particular skincare brand because it was a popular skincare brand. My sister used that particular skincare brand and it messed up with her skin so bad. So bad. And then I asked her which brand I use. She told me the name of the brand. And so when the brand reached out to me, before they could even send it, I said I'm not working with them because I know how much it messed up with my sister's skin.
Did they come back to you? Did they say anything, or they just left quietly and that's it?
I told them that I can't work with them. They didn't even know the reason why.
Okay.
But I just didn't want to work with them because I can't. If you can do that kind of thing to my sister's skin, I can't be your ambassador and put it out for other people to patronize you. It wouldn't make sense.
Okay. Well, no. Sorry. There's a lot of respect. I know. Listen, there's a lot of respect for that because that must be the temptation to just take the money.
Yeah.
I mean, I was saying to you before that I remember one content creator who at the end of the year did a thank you to all the brands the person had worked with and listed about 60 different brands. And as an agency, I'm thinking, you can't tell me you use all the 60. I mean, that kind of thing. So I think it's great to hear somebody who does focus on that. Focus on that. So that's great. Okay, so we were talking about this, and I'm not going to ask it because I will. I've already said sorry. What brands won't you work with? So cigarettes.
I don't smoke.
Okay.
So I can't say.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
I can't tell, honestly.
Which again feeds back to that idea of if you don't use it, you won't promote it.
Depending if I'm willing to try the product, but for me, I don't smoke, so I don't know.
Okay.
I can't tell.
Okay. But with all the influence you have, all right, so we've talked a little bit just about, and I'm going to come back again to the brands and, that idea of the brands reaching out to you and making money. Oh, sorry. When we're finishing, I'm gonna do the usual. I'm gonna ask you to give what are your tips for future people and all that kind of stuff. So you can start thinking about that, but maybe that'll come in then. With that influence, does it affect you in your daily life? What I mean by that is, I remember watching something about footballer in the EPL, the Premiership. And it was really interesting that someone was coming to him to take a selfie, and he didn't hold their phone. And the reason being that is not the brand that he's an ambassador for.
Definitely.
When another person came and it was the brand that he took it from them and took the picture. But I wonder if are you that conscious now? Because what you wear, you have that impact now. Are you conscious of it? Are you careful with, I can't be seen? When you were coming in today, we know we're on video, we bought water. We've unbranded it.
Yeah.
Because that's sort of like, that's already helping them. Do you conscious of that in your day-to-day life?
I'm very conscious of that.
Okay.
Because I'm currently an ambassador for Viva Plus detergent. Okay. You can't see me using a competing brand, or you can't see me with a competing brand because I'm already an ambassador for this brand.
Okay.
Do you understand? Same applies to Harem Istanbul, which is a fragrance brand. So you can't see me using another perfume or purchasing another perfume when I'm already an ambassador for this brand. Because it wouldn't make sense. I'm on social media, I'm putting out that, okay, get this is the best product, and then you see me buying another one.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good. But I always wonder, because I always think of that thing about, people who are like fashion designers. Like, do they wear anybody else's design? That
is different.
Okay.
That is different. You can even be a fashion designer. You can be modeling for your other fashion designer friends. I feel like that's even different. Okay. Unless you are an ambassador and part of your contract says that you're not supposed to advertise for a competing brand.
Alrighty. Okay. So looking at what you're wearing today, because we've talked about this, are you conscious about even the clothes as to like, okay, I'm going to buy it from this? Or do you just see something somewhere and go, okay, I like that style, I'll go and do it? Or do you have to measure and go, because people who are going to watch this now will like it and might copy it and might wonder where you get it from. Does that affect your choice of who you work with, of who you buy from?
I don't have to buy from this particular person because this person is popular or not. I see something I like, I go for it.
Okay. Do you tag them? Do you bless them? In other words,
not all the time, honestly.
Okay.
Not all the time, but sometimes when I feel like, especially if the pictures come out really great or the videos, and then sometimes they humbly ask for it.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because sometimes people feel entitled to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they humbly ask for it. So when you humbly ask for it,
Okay.
or don't feel entitled to it.
Okay. Have you reached the stage now where when you walk in, they know you already?
Yeah.
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 How do you deal with the fame or the pressures of fame? Are there pressures of it?
What? I need you to specify the pressure first.
No, I'll let you define it. I'll let you define it. Just because we were asking yesterday, I mentioned we had Brother Shaggy on, and he was saying he would love to be able to do this without the fame. So make the money without the fame. Because he said he described himself as an introvert. So he says he's an introvert. So that sort of the fame puts him out there too much. So how do you deal with, he has, I know, bodyguards. You've got a team of X number of people. I don't know. Can you go shop? Can you walk down the street? Can you go to the club and be normal? What do you call it? All of that kind of stuff. That okay. Can you date somebody without just being a Belle, not even Jenni Frank?
Oh my God, I understand where that question is coming from. But true, whether you like it or not, once you are a public figure, it comes with a lot of things. You need to keep some things to yourself. There are some things you want to keep to yourself and you're struggling to keep it to yourself because like eyes are on you.
Yeah.
For example, like you mentioned who you're dating or where you go to. Because like I remember even when I came into Limelight, I was kind of struggling with it as of then. Because it led to, if I'm going out, I have to wear hoodie, wear cap, to enter the supermarket to go. I'm like, I just want to be a normal girl again. A normal girl that can enter the market and go and price vegetable and price tomatoes. But now it's like as you're coming, they are looking at you. Is that not Jenni Frank? Is that not Jenni Frank? I'm like, because even this Meta video when I went to go and shoot for in the markets.
Okay.
They were like, I know her. That's her. That's Jenni Frank. I'm like,
yeah.
But then I'm always happy to see them because I mean, without them,
absolutely,
exactly. So they're always one of the people supporting me on social media. So I'm always happy to see them.
Definitely. But there must, but I mean, you only talk about people being gracious because I mean, there are lots of times when celebrities, you are a celebrity. You're a celebrity, you're an influencer, you're a content creator, where you see people who, not entitled, but assume. So you're out having your own private time and they want to do a selfie. They want you to do, that kind of stuff. There must be that pressure as well of people understanding the fact that you are still a person.
Yeah, I mean, it happened to me once. I'll never forget that day. I was having, it was that time of the month. Okay. I was having menstrual cramps, and I wasn't having it. I wasn't having it that day, and then I went downstairs to pick up something, and then a fan saw me, and then she rushed me. Like the way I feel like she rushed me out of excitement. And then when she rushed me, she hit me on my tummy.
Ooh.
And I feel like her friend was recording already. So I just held her back. I'm like, I ratted so fast that day, but regardless, I hope she understands. I couldn't explain, but I hope she understands.
Yeah, but that's the problem. This is the fact that, people don't understand what you're going through at that time. And that what they will come out with, and you always see these questions of like, who is the rudest celebrity that you've met, or who's the, all that kind of stuff, and you don't know, what happened on that day, at that moment, stuff. So
because they might not even be in the right mood at that point in time.
Okay, sorry, you brought this, so I'm gonna do a guy thing, and people forgive me. I've already told you before. You can say pass and not answer this. Time of the month, is it really bad? Do you get really bad pains?
For me,
yes,
sometimes.
Okay. No, I know friends of mine who end up in hospital.
Yeah.
As a guy, we don't understand that.
For some girls, it's actually very, very, very serious. But for me, it fluctuates. This month, I might not even feel anything. Okay. Next month, I might feel extreme.
Sorry, too much information, but hey,
yeah, that's fine.
I know.
There's nothing bad to talk about it.
Thank you.
You're educating somebody out there.
Absolutely. No, because even as a guy, I said, learning from my friends about the kind of pain I've got. I have 2 sisters. I come from a large family of women and all that kind of stuff. And as a guy, you never quite really understand. You don't understand how much that affects you in that moment.
Yeah.
You know, as a guy, we can't. I saw some men. There was this toy that allows you to feel the what a
woman is going. I feel like he's not doing justice.
Oh no! The one they did up to 10, and one guy was on the floor, and the woman took it and went, "This is nothing. This isn't. this isn't anything. Ramp it up." Okay, I want to go back and let's go back to content. And leave that bit there. Can you define how being a content creator has impacted your life?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So, being a content creator, how has it impacted your life?
Okay. Aside from the fact that I am well known, yeah, I feel like it has also put my brand out there, the Jenni Frank's brand, and it has also helped me work with brands too. It has also helped me bridge the gap between brands and their consumers to create that bond and trust that most brands they've been looking for. And then as a content creator, I've also been able to put myself out there, like my real self out there through contents without people knowing and with people knowing, depending on how observant you are. Yeah, that's basically it.
That's really interesting. I saw that you have 446 posts on Instagram. People are going to go back to everyone now. Going through, how do we see which is really her? What's the hint? What's the bit in there?
Yeah.
Do you worry about money? Do you still worry about money?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
But I need to ask in what way?
You describe yourself as an Igbo girl.
Yeah.
You've made money? Come on. That's a given. Have you saved? Have you invested?
Definitely. That was the first thing. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know, but and thanks to my dad and my mom, I just had really intentional and good people around me.
Okay.
Because I can remember then, the very first job I was paid for, they paid me $5,000.
$5,000
naira.
Okay.
Yes, it was a music promo. The artist was not a blown artist actually. So that was what he could. I'm like, bring it. That was literally my first job because I've been doing it for free. So I'm like, you know what? Bring it.
At which point was this when you were still in uni, or this was after?
This was during lockdown.
During lockdown.
Before my video went viral.
Okay.
So then I would get the money. I'll just be keeping it, and then I don't just keep it in my account. I trust my father so much with money, even my mom. But I know that my father will do a better job. So I'll give it to my dad. I was always putting it in my other accounts. And then he was doing something behind my back that I didn't know. He was taking the money and he was multiplying it for me by investing it. And I didn't know. It was my mom that told me later. And yeah, I started making proper money this time around. And then he's like, Jennifer, investment is the way. If you don't know what to do with this money at this point in time, you have to invest. Because 1 million naira today won't be the same tomorrow. Yeah. You understand? So I'm like, I don't know what to invest in. I know land is something good to invest in, but aside from that, I don't even know how to go about it. And then I'm just happy that I had him to put me through everything. Okay. Yeah.
Do you now, as part of your team, do you have a financial advisor, or you just use your dad as that? My
dad, honestly. Okay. Because he has seen Shaggy growing up.
Okay.
He has seen life growing up. And he's somebody that if I need anything, if I need any advice, he's the first person I go to.
Okay. Are you a daddy's girl?
Both.
Okay.
People think I'm a mommy's girl because she's always on my social media platform. But my dad isn't a social media person. That one is always an Igbo man thinking of his business. Yes. But the truth is that I am both.
Okay.
I love them both.
Okay, of course. How many of you are there? 5. And you are number?
I'm the third born, but I'm the first daughter.
The first?
Ada.
Okay. Okay, tell me your names. Because you didn't say when we asked earlier. You didn't say Ada's the first.
The first daughter in an Igbo family.
Yes.
That's what they call.
Yeah, Ada. I have a friend who's Adobe, and that is the lady of the compound, the first lady of the compound. That's what she translates to.
Adobe, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
But then Ada is like a general name you give to first daughters in
Okay,
Igbo
in
Frank.
bulk.
So
Okay.
it's not like it's my name.
Okay.
I'm just an Ada.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Alrighty. Okay. So, are you more conscious now with regards to money, with the investment? Do you follow what is being invested in, or not? Or is it just that you trust that? Okay, look, I've done this. That's going to be taken care of.
I follow every step of the way. I'm sorry, I follow every step of the way. I think it was just back then when I was really naive about. I feel like if you're trusting this person with it and you know nothing about it, tomorrow when you need to do something, you have to keep going back to this person. I'm the kind of person that if you do this once for me, I would pick up, so that I can easily know the steps you took, and I can easily go by that even when you're not there.
Okay. Right. So I'm asking all this obviously because, we've talked about your story of progress, your story of growth.
Yeah.
And I think that there's so much people can learn from that, from the fact of, doing something that you're passionate about and understanding that then helps the day.
Yeah.
Being understanding you need a team
Yeah.
to actually keep on going. And then knowing that it's a business and being very cautious with it.
That's about it.
How do you cost yourself? Because you said you did 5,000. Because that's the thing is, as an agency, I remember when we first started and we were asking people, it was sort of like people seem to pick up the cost out of nowhere. Somebody starting out now, how would you advise them with charging? Any advice at all for somebody starting out now?
I mean, firstly, you'd have to know what the value your brand has to offer. Because if a brand is coming to you to work with you, they believe you have something to offer to them. So you yourself, you should know the worth of your brand. That's the first thing. And then any other thing comes with the cost of or the expenses you have to make. For me, I pay the videographer, I pay the makeup artist, I pay the hairstylist, I pay for location, I pay for the all those should be added.
People don't. I don't think people factor that. No, which is true because even as a brand, you think, and I think people don't also understand what it takes to get something out there. You just think, it's your phone and your social media, put it up, and that's it.
And the truth is that you can't do everything yourself. I used to have that mentality that I can do my makeup myself, I can style my hair myself, I can do this myself, but sometimes it's extremely exhausting. Sometimes you're so exhausted to even do anything. That was when I knew that, okay, Jennifer, you actually need a team.
Okay, right.
Because you can't do everything yourself. Okay. That was when I knew that, okay, I actually need a team.
Right. You talked about your brand. How intentional are you about it? Because I noticed that on TikTok you are Jenni Frank 29, but obviously on other platforms you're Jenni Frank. Why 29? Was that by the time you came on? Or was that your age at the time, or was it the day, time, or what? What's the story behind 29?
I was born on 29th May.
29th May?
Yeah.
What sign is that? That's Cancer.
Gemini.
No, Gemini. Is that the twins?
Yeah.
Okay. Introvert, extrovert. Yeah.
In between.
In between. Okay. All right. Okay. Any reason why you didn't carry it across on the other ones? I have a tattoo. In it, I've got the date, the year of my birth, the year I was born. So when people see the tattoo, they always wonder why that number. So when you said 29, I can understand it and stuff. So that's it. Okay. But have you trademarked yourself? Have you looked in that kind of level?
Yes, I have. That was it. When I blew up, and then my father saw how far this was going. My father said, Jennifer, you need to register your name. I was like, how am I supposed to do that? He said, don't worry. So he just put me through that. So my name it has been registered since 2020. Yeah, since 2020.
It's great. No, you got good advice. You got a good person in your corner. Strong person in your corner. No, it is because it's that there's so much. I mean, like I was wondering, which is why I lost my 29, was whether by the time you came onto the platform, somebody had already registered Jenni Frank just to try and take it. So now, are you under pressure that you create your handle on each new platform just to secure it, or you do only the ones that you're active on?
My registered name is Jenni Frank.
Okay.
That's the registered name.
Okay.
So that's my brand name.
Okay.
So the 29 on my other platform, I think that even happened because I didn't have access to the Jenni Frank page any longer. I don't know how that happened, but I didn't have access to that particular page. And obviously you can't use one handle twice. So I just added the 29 behind. Okay.
What do you think? Because we had Eric Okafor, another person, so I'm name dropping here. Yeah. I know people. Yeah. And he was mentioning he came on with a scar that kind of scar. We talked about the slow motion earlier on. Is that part of your brand now, or that isn't?
No.
Okay.
It's not part of my brand now. I believe there's always room for growth and transition.
Okay.
Left for me, back then, I've always wanted to be an actress.
Okay.
I wanted to produce my own movies, and I wanted to act too. So that has been the thing, but I always heard that for you to be an actress or for you to be in the industry as a lady, a lot is going to happen. So all those kind of things, it scared me a bit. I don't know how or why, but it scared me a bit. And then I feel like that's part of the reasons I haven't picked up my phone to be creating content then. And then I'll edit, and then I'll put it out there. I just felt like, maybe that's a way of selling myself. Do you understand?
But sorry, because I saw one of your earlier videos and your transitions were amazing. We know because they were really they were on point,
That's
whatever
yeah.
it is. Sorry, they were really good.
Yeah.
And it was I saw an interview where you were saying that was more what you were more concerned, what you were more focused on than the acting.
It wasn't even slow-mo for me.
Okay.
Because slow-mo didn't even start in Nigeria.
Yep. Okay.
It said outside Nigeria then. And then it was just something I did for fun that day. Okay. And then I posted them like, I've been putting effort in my transition and my active videos for God knows how long, and it's not being recognized. And for something that I didn't even put much effort in, everybody's appreciating. I'm like, okay, but God works in mysterious ways.
He does. He's wonders to perform. Yeah. I've got some questions and stuff. That leads me to something about what do you think the difference is? Because you've traveled. I've seen Ghana. You were just in China and everything. What do you think is the difference between Nigerian content or the Nigerian content market and the international? Are we up there? Somebody was saying that, okay, look, we've broken through with music. Has our content broken through? Or what do you think we need to do to get there?
Putting that alongside with music is a very, very... But then, honestly, Nigerian creators, we are doing great. Okay. Left for me, we are doing great. Okay. But I just have issues with sexualizing women.
Okay.
I just have big issues with that. I don't know why. I just feel uncomfortable about that. But aside from that, I know Nigerian content creators are extremely creative. They'll always go all out to actually deliver a message to you. It can be through comedy, it can be through acting, it can even be through dancing. Regardless, they are creating content to pass a message to you. And they would always want to keep you glued to the screen. So for me, I feel like we are doing really, really great. It's just a matter of time.
Because one of the things I've noticed, and I'm not going to pose that the production quality, and that was something that was definitely the case with Nollywood, but it's improved. It is so improved, and the quality of now that you see, and I remember, the kind of films that were coming out before to now, to the quality of now, the change is huge.
It's huge, yeah.
It's huge. Is that but it feels like the cameras and the phones haven't quite caught up yet. Haven't quite caught up yet. What is your essential tool? So that's what I want to get to. Is if I'm starting out as a content creator, because people go and say you need a ring light, you need this, you need all that. Any advice for somebody starting?
I would always say start with what you have.
Okay.
You don't have to wait for what you don't have. I don't know if you get me. Okay. Start with what you have. That's how I started. I'm sure that's how a lot of people started. You're a content creator, you don't have the money to get a camera. You don't need to wait till you get a camera to start putting out content. So start with what you have. If what you have is I started with a Samsung.
Okay.
For my Samsung, I moved to my iPad, from my iPad to... And even then, I didn't have a ring light. I'll use natural sunlight. I can never forget, I'll put a stool, and then I'll power my dictionary on top. And then for my phone to stand, then the natural sunlight will be my ring light. Yes, you start with what you have.
Part of the reason I'm laughing, I've got to be honest, I was on holiday recently by myself, and I end up it was in Zanzibar. End up in a beautiful hotel purely by accident, and the kind of place where it had a veranda or balcony, and there was a bath there. So of course now I have to take picture, but for myself, so I would put the camera, get a stool, do the timer, come run into the bath, jump, and try and look exactly, and then okay, go back and check it. Was it right? Was it not? What kind of stuff? When I posted, everyone was going, "Who are you there with? Who are you?" It's like, no, I was by myself. All that kind of stuff. So,
okay. It happens. I feel like everybody can relate to that. Even if you're not a content creator, once you want to shoot yourself, imagine going on solo trips and then there's nobody to shoot for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to improvise. Okay. So I feel like everybody can relate to it.
Right. Okay, I want to talk trips. Okay, I want to talk trips because you've done China.
Yeah.
Okay, Did you travel around before, or has content creation taken you? Is that where content creation is taking you? Because I mean, I said you've done Ghana, you've got other places and stuff. So is that one of the byproducts, one of the benefits of it?
Benefits of it? Yes, but honestly, I was traveling before content creating because
Covenant girl with laptop.
no. Oh my! I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday. Why do you guys always think that? Oh no! Wow, I understand what you said, but okay.
So sorry, yeah. So back to it, yeah. So you're traveling before,
No.
But yes, okay.
You literally just shut me off. Oh my god!
Sorry. Rewind. Okay, so all right. So were you traveling before?
Yes, I was.
Okay, alrighty.
Yeah, but not with my money. Then.
Okay,
So,
alrighty.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, with content creation, one of the benefits of content creating, it brought money. It brought food to it made me an independent woman that I am. And yeah.
Okay. Is there a best place you've been?
Country.
Country.
For now, I'll say China because it was really, really productive for me.
Are we doing Igbo girl here? Or are we talking are we talking because you said you was before it was business. You said you went for business.
Yes.
So are we talking as a businesswoman or are we talking as Jenni Frank, as in, or Ebele? Let me say Ebele.
Okay, you caught me as a businesswoman.
Okay.
As a businesswoman, China.
Yeah, okay.
But as Jenni Frank, I would say the US.
Okay. Anywhere you still want to go? Anywhere that...
If left for me, I want to travel around the world. But it's with time. It takes time. Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and one of the things that I'm going to try, and I hope I'll get my act together for 2024, I want to travel around Nigeria. I want to travel around Nigeria because I said it because I lived outside the country and I moved back. When I moved back, I said, I'm going to do this. I want to go once a month. I'll go somewhere. I haven't done it. But I was having this conversation with somebody and I suddenly thought, hang on, what am I waiting for? It would have been great if there were 24 states, if there were 12 or 24 states. I would have gone, okay, I'll do one every month and look at that over the year.
Yeah.
I've got to try and figure out how I fit 37 into 12 months or maybe the next few years. I think I've got enough. I've got a few years ahead of me. So, because I think we've got beautiful places as well, but I think Africa as well. But I find travel very educational.
Yeah.
I find just that sort of, the freedom of mind and so on and stuff. But did they recognize you when you traveled? Are you international?
This just reminded me of something. Okay, yeah, actually, especially African
countries. There was a laugh there. You have to explain it. There was a laugh. There was something there, a moment. Go on.
So, okay, when we were in China, I and my family went to this popular market in China. It's called the Tong market in Guangzhou. That market, when you enter, just it's like a Nigerian market. It's never like a Chinese market. And then when I got in there, we were going around, looking around. I was also vlogging for YouTube alongside. And then somebody shouted, Jenni Frank. I know you. I saw you seeing Nat's Boy's videos too. I'm like, they call me. And then...
Non-Nigerian.
And then there was also this, I think there's this African country. I can't remember the name of the African country, but she's from an African country that was also there. Yeah, she took pictures with me. She was like, I know you so much. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Because it's always so sweet seeing them and meeting them in person.
That's nice. That's really, really nice. That's a testament to the work.
To the world, yeah.
Well
but then outside the country, I mean in the white man's land, they barely see our content. But in African countries, yeah. Okay.
Do you check your analytics? Do you check, as a creator, do you say, okay, well, look, last week I did this type of content. Okay, how did it perform? All right, and that's now going to feed into what I now produce out there. Do you check your analytics?
Always.
Okay.
I feel like every creator should.
You'd be amazed how many people don't.
Huh?
You'd be amazed how many people don't.
Wow.
You'd be amazed how many people don't.
But I do.
How many people actually even know about analytics?
I always do. I always check it.
Okay. Where is the weirdest country that you've seen their content has been viewed from? Is there anywhere where you thought, when you saw it, went,
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Because funny how that particular slow-mo video, it got to a lot of countries back then, and I'm like, how?
Right.
People from different parts of the world just kept commenting on that post.
Taking a lot of your time, and I want to start because part of this is about talking about the digital creative economy and stuff. And so I want to maybe sort of, you've been gracious, you've humored me, talked about time of the month and lots of other things, toenails.
Oh my God.
The cameraman, don't forget toenails and stuff. What do you see as the future for content creation in Nigeria? What would you like to see?
Definitely, for me, content creating is actually paving a big way in the industry now. Because I think as of 5 years ago, content creating wasn't really recognized or wasn't really, really valued as of then. But I'm happy to where it is going to now. I mean, it's paving way, it's making a name for itself generally. And then I like the fact that when brands reach out, they trust the creators to be able to bridge the gap. I think I mentioned this earlier already. Yeah. They can bridge the gap between the consumers and the brand itself. So they trust the content creators to always deliver. And then that's also a way to push yourself out there, what you can offer to people. You also show people that you can maybe do music, you can do something entirely different from what they know you for. That's also a way to sell yourself. So for me, in the big picture, I'm seeing content creating as a full-time job.
Okay.
Because as of then, I stated this earlier that I grew up in Onitsha, and then as of then, it would look like I am not being serious with my life. It looked like I wasn't being serious with my life. I wasn't doing anything reasonable. That it's not a proper job. How will a young girl wake up in the morning and the first thing you're going to go and do is to carry your tripod and shoot videos? Yeah, but now I see content creating as a full job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to invest your time and your energy into it.
Okay. Does your dad does he now see it? Because you mentioned that in an interview that your mom was always supportive. Does your dad now see it as, because I have my son is 15 and I'm trying to think of like if he comes to me now, because there's going to be the conversation about what do you want to become as a career and all that kind of stuff, and says content creation, that is now a business. That is it. Does your dad now see that because of everything you've done? Okay,
I'm actually going to rephrase that.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom was supportive. My dad was supportive too.
Oh no,
just that,
no,
just that, yeah.
But yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Just that my father kept saying something. You can't see this as a full-time job. You need to have another thing added to it. Because people come into the industry every day. People come on social media every day. People come into limelight every day. Do you understand? And he also tried to let me know that there's always room for transition and growth. Do you understand? From a content creator today, you can be an actress tomorrow. You can be a movie producer next tomorrow. Do you understand? There's always room for growth. Do you understand? You can't just be in one place doing the same thing all the time.
All right. Which, talking about growth, and still this is, what's the future for Jenni Frank? What's the future? What can you share with us?
Okay, I'm not going to go into full details.
No doubt.
But I know I've always wanted to produce my own movies.
Okay.
So, and act. I think I always said that earlier before.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Is acting your passion?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always had that naturally, funny enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to it. We'll look forward to it. Is there? We're expecting a Jenni Frank film in 2024?
Hopefully. God, though. Maybe you've heard it, though.
Amen.
Maybe you've heard it, though.
We'll put it in prayers. We'll put it in my prayer. It'll be my prayer tonight. My prayer tonight. And if you make money from it, remember, there's a share that comes to me because it was my part of my prayers. So please, it's still tied into it. Wind up, but I want to still pick on something because I think that we're sitting in Lagos on the mainland. She's an island girl, people. So where they had this conversation, we have this exactly. No, there's a look. Okay, we're sitting on the mainland, but we're in Lagos. But you didn't grow up here.
Yes.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Onitsha, Anambra State.
Okay. When did you move to Lagos?
2020. Yeah. 20. Wait, hold on. Is that even 2020?
No. When did the pandemic? When did COVID finish?
COVID finished.
21. Anybody?
21. Then I came to Lagos in 2021.
21.
Because that was after I graduated. I came for my service in Lagos, and then I stayed from there.
Okay, alrighty. The reason why I'm asking this is that I think that Lagosians, we make the mistake of thinking everything is Lagos.
Lagos, yeah.
Yeah, and it's really interesting that you started and you blew up
in the east.
In the east.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Because back then I don't think people would even, not even people. I knew I've heard people say it that the entertainment is not for Onitsha people. I've heard it back then now. So me coming into the limelight from Onitsha, I was super proud of it. Super, super proud of it. My mother was crying to her head like this. My daughter came into limelight from the streets of Onitsha. Yes, now it's not easy.
Oh, excellent. How are you finding Lagos then? How are you finding it?
Everything is in Lagos.
Yeah.
Every single thing is in Lagos. Everything you're looking for, everything is happening in Lagos. So
okay.
We're surviving.
Because I asked you this before, and sorry, and this. Yes, you're proud Igbo girl, you're proud of Onitsha, but that move to Lagos, was that just a necessary growth? Did you feel any concerns about leaving? That thing of leaving your base.
I knew I had to leave
for
growth to happen.
Okay. Right.
Because even then, when I grew up in the East, I was getting this thing. Okay, and we need you to appear for an event. Or we need to pay you for a job, and then you have to be there at the physical shoot. And then for some reason, I always had to cancel because I was not even in Lagos. And then I didn't really have enough money to say that okay, I would book a flight or I want to come over to Lagos and book a hotel for myself. And my father was even extremely cautious about me staying. It was like, even him hearing that I was coming to stay in Lagos, I knew I had to beg my life. I said, Daddy, please. He said to my face, Doctor, go to Lagos. So, I knew I had to grow. Okay. So, and like I said, everything is happening in Lagos. Entertainment is in Lagos. I knew I had to come down to Lagos.
Right. Is he more comfortable now? Is he more comfortable?
He's way more relaxed now.
More relaxed, yeah. Excellent. Oh, that's excellent. Okay. Alrighty. Few last questions. Okay. And I said it. I'm gonna still end on with advice for budding creators. Okay. Short fire or short quick answers. First thing you bought when you made money. When your first. Excuse me for this because it's adult. Your first fuck you. Just I'm spoiling myself.
I think an iPhone.
Okay. Alrighty.
And that was because I don't know. I think an iPhone. Yeah.
Okay.
With my money.
Okay.
Because the first iPhone I used wasn't with my money.
Okay.
It was my dad's money. And
Covenant.
No.
Laptop. Go on. No. Go.
It was my dad's money, and then as of then, the iPhone X Max, it was outdated already.
Okay.
I'm like, nah.
Alrighty. Question 2: which football team do you support?
I've
already prepped you for the right answer. I've already prepped you for the right answer.
I'm going to say this because the manager is looking. I'm supporting Arsenal. Oh my God! I know you're supporting Liverpool.
Right now, do you know how many fans you just lost? All the Liverpool fans, everybody. Who's Arsenal? Who's
Come
Arsenal?
on, let's have
Arsenal?
it.
Who's Arsenal? Please, have they even gone? We won the EPL how long ago?
You're just hating on us. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. If you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Directing and acting.
Okay.
Business is part of it, but that one is by the side. Yeah. Business has always been in the picture one way or the other, but if I wasn't doing content creating, I'll be directing and acting, which I'm still going to get to that.
What business? What business?
Footwears.
Would you make your would you design your own shoes, produce them, or just retail? Would you just sell them?
It can be you designing because you're trying to make me go into details of the reason why I went to China, but I'm not
No. Okay, no. Okay, no problem at all. No, okay. And let me explain this. As I said before, I love creativity, and I find it. We had this conversation, and I asked you and said, "Do you worry about the ideas not coming?" Yes,
you asked me that.
Yes.
Do I worry? Yes, I do. I feel like every content creator does because there's something called creative blockage. At some point, nothing is coming into your head. Okay. You try and try.
And you've told me the story. You have to do it. If you don't mind about the traveling with your mom, do you mind sharing that one?
I don't mind.
Okay, please. Because where does it come from? Where do your ideas come from?
It can come from anything. It can come from me speaking with you. It can come from you saying something funny and we just laugh about it, but it just stuck in my head. Okay, I think I already told you a story about what happened when I, my mom, and my sister were coming back from a trip, and then our hand luggage was too heavy for, I think it was past 7 kg. And then they said it has to be 7 or maybe last 8. My mother wore 3 weeks on her head. My sister had to wear like double jean. I had to wear like double jacket. We had to reduce by all means, and then we even had to look for another African. They said like, just help us keep this. When we enter the plane, we take it back because they were saying that we had to pay like converting it to naira. Because me as a Nigerian, if I travel outside the country, any money I'm spending, I'm converting it back to naira in this hard economy. So converting it back to naira was like over 200K.
Yeah.
For small, how many this thing? I said, lie. The Igbo girl we not pay to.
Okay.
Then, yeah. And funny how I went on a social media platform and then I saw something similar. This time around, the airport officials, they detained a man. I think they were suspecting him.
Okay.
He had a lot of jackets. An African man had a lot of jackets on and he was like, they're going to search him and everything. Only to realize that he just did that because of he'd want to pay for extra luggage. I'm like, Africans, we just think alike everywhere.
Definitely. Always.
And when I saw that, I'm like, this is content too. Because I can even relate to it. So I'm sure that if I do this and I post, everybody can relate to it. And even if you cannot relate to it, the day is going to happen to you. Remember this content. Okay.
I'm going to end on this question of what advice do you have? Because, as I said, part of this is to get your stories of growth, and you've been really gracious with it. You've talked very nicely about, I use the word blessing people, about the influence and the fact of, tagging people that, of the clothes you wear, whatever it is, and sharing the love and growing. What advice? Because one of the things that we're conscious of now is people are trying to find, the economy is not great, people are trying to find work, and more and more people are beginning to see content creation as an opportunity to get started. What advice do you have for people?
I would actually always say this: self-awareness is very important in every aspect of life. Self-awareness is very important. You need to be aware of yourself. You need to know yourself, things you can do it and things you cannot do it. And then you should also have it at the back of your mind that if you want to start content creating, is literally putting you out there as a public figure. And then there are things that comes with being a public figure. Aside from being self-aware, I would always say consistency. I'm sure that people have heard that a lot, but I'm going to keep saying it because that's the truth. You always have to show up. Always. You have to sell because nobody will sell your market for you. You always have to put yourself out there. Always keep posting. Put yourself in people's faces. Even if they don't like, even if they don't engage, just seeing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because this China trip people reminded me of something. Some people were not engaging, but when I came back, they kept on calling me. I'm like, oh, so you were seeing the post. Wow. Okay. Do you understand? So people are always seeing it. They might not engage, they might not like for their personal reasons, but keep putting it out there. They are seeing you. There's somebody out there vouching for you. Okay. Saying that I know that this person can do this, that person can do that. Do you understand? And then start with what you have. Don't wait to get what you don't have. Okay. Start with what you have and also have your own niche.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you. Guys, please still, if you're listening, go watch her. If you've seen her face, if you've seen her before, you'll see how stunning she is. You have to see what she's wearing, and I think you're a stunning person internally as well. And it's really been a pleasure meeting you. Thank you ever so much for. Why do you have to go and say, sir? You aged me. There I was thinking I was still young. Let's let no guys cut that out. We'll do it again. It's been so nice meeting you and having you on here. On Tolu, cause Tolu.
Thank you, Tolu.
Thank you. Exactly.
No,
exactly.
Don't cut it out. You see that place? No, don't cut it out. Include it in this clip.
No. I'm trying to look young. I'm trying to feel young now. I'm holding my stomach in. So no, but thank you. You've been really gracious, and it's been wonderful meeting you. And I look forward to seeing more and hearing more, and finding out about the China trip and finding out the things you want us to know and everything. And thank you ever so much, and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Thank you.
Tolu.
Right, great. Well done. I would have been said even more, except that you said you were supporting Arsenal. I would have been even better. Next time around, it'll be Liverpool. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've listened in and lasted this long, and I hadn't put you off when we started talking about periods, so it was just a guy thing. Please listen, subscribe, go check out Jenni Frank. If you haven't before, why not? And yeah, don't be afraid. As I said, this is part of the series talking about content creation and content creators and looking at the potential impact on the digital economy of Nigeria and also on job creation and things like that. So hopefully this is inspired and be helpful. And share your comments, share your thoughts. Yeah, and we'll see you the next time. Okay? Peace out.
Thank you. Bye.